Hey there, and welcome. Get ready for a super fast tour of the United States. In the next few minutes, we are going to visit all 50 states and nail down all their capitals. So let's get started. You know, America is a huge country, but we're about to make it feel a whole lot smaller. We'll be crisscrossing from coast to coast, and by the end of this, you'll basically have a mental map of the entire nation. Ready? Let's dive in. So here's the game plan, and it's pretty simple. We're going to break the country down into 4 regions. It's a great way to chunk the information and makes it so much easier to remember. Let's hit our first region. All right, first stop on our road trip, we're kicking things off in the Northeast, the corner of the country where, so much of American history really got its start. Now, this region might look small on the map, but it is just jam-packed with history. It's famous for its incredible fall colors, its major cities, and its role as, really, the birthplace of the United States. So let's run through them. We've got Augusta, Maine, Concord, New Hampshire, and Montpelier, Vermont. Fun fact, Montpelier is actually the smallest state capital by population in the whole country. Then we've got Boston, Providence, Hartford, Albany, Trenton, and Harrisburg. Go ahead, take a good look at these names. Okay, let's buckle up and head south, a region famous for its warm hospitality, amazing food, and of course, its incredible musical history.
So the South is a really big and diverse place, stretching all the way from the Atlantic Ocean clear over to Texas. So to make it manageable, we're actually going to tackle this one in 2 parts.
So this first leg of our southern tour takes us through some of the original colonies. We've got Dover in Delaware, Annapolis in Maryland, and Richmond in Virginia. Next is Charleston, West Virginia, and then you've got the Carolinas, that's Raleigh and Columbia, and we'll wrap up this first half with Atlanta, Georgia, and Tallahassee, Florida. All right, pushing a little further west, we've got Montgomery, Alabama, and Jackson, Mississippi. Next up is Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA. Then comes Frankfort, Little Rock, and Baton Rouge. We'll finish our tour of the South with Oklahoma City and Austin, Texas, another city famous for its awesome live music scene. And just like that, we've knocked out 16 states in the South. That's the biggest region on our whole tour. We are seriously cruising now.
All right, time to steer our trip right into the heart of the country. We're now cruising through the Midwest, what a lot of people call America's heartland.
What you'll find here are these huge rolling farm fields and, of course, the Great Lakes, which are basically like freshwater oceans. They are massive. So let's check out the states in the heartland. So let's start on the eastern side of the Midwest. We have Columbus, Ohio, and Lansing, Michigan. And hey, Indiana makes it easy for us. Its capital is Indianapolis. Can't forget that one. Then you have Springfield, Illinois, Madison, Wisconsin, and St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, as we head into the western half of the Midwest, we've got Des Moines in Iowa and Jefferson City in Missouri. Then there are the Dakotas, with their capitals Bismarck and Pierre. And we'll finish up here with Lincoln, Nebraska, and Topeka, Kansas. And would you look at that? We are officially more than halfway through our entire trip. All right, it's time for the grand finale, our final and biggest region, the American West. This place is all about massive, dramatic landscapes and wide open spaces. I mean, look at this map. This huge area goes all the way from the Rocky Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, and it's got pretty much every kind of landscape you can imagine. First up, we're hitting the Mountain West. We've got Helena, Montana, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Denver, Colorado, the mile-high city. Then there's Santa Fe, Boise, Salt Lake City, and Phoenix. A lot of these cities are basically your gateway to exploring some of the most incredible national parks in the country. And here we are, the home stretch, the Pacific States. There's Carson City, Nevada, Sacramento, California, Salem, Oregon, and Olympia, Washington. And of course, we can't forget our final 2, the states that aren't connected to the rest. We've got Juneau, Alaska, way up north, and the beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii, out in the Pacific. And we did it! From Augusta, Maine, all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii, we have officially completed our tour of all 50 states and their capitals. That is awesome! Give yourself a pat on the back. Wow, what a trip, right? So let's just pull over for a second and do a quick recap of everything we covered. So what's the big idea here? Well, it's all about breaking a big goal down into smaller chunks. By splitting the country into those 4 manageable regions, we were able to learn all 50 states and their capitals without getting overwhelmed. Plus, we got a little taste of what makes each part of the country so unique. So, even though our road trip is over, your adventure is really just getting started. You've got a great mental map of the whole country now. So, now that you're practically a map expert, I've got just one question for you. Which state will you explore first? Thanks for coming along for the ride.